It's time for Stepping Out with D. Lachey and street reporter Everett Anderson. Stepping Out, the show that encourages you to step out of the box of ordinary and into the extraordinary. Stepping out of the box into a life of liberty and rejuvenation. And now, here's your host of Stepping Out, D. Lachey.
Welcome to Stepping Out. I'm D. Lachey, and today we have an inspirational story that many can relate to. Whether you've been raised by a single mother or having someone in the community, school, church step in and give you that support, a fatherly figure is needed to raise healthy young men. Today I have a guest who not only steps in that fatherly role with many young men in the community, but also gives those same young men hope through the basketball program at East Nashville Magnet School. Help me welcome Coach Avery Peyton. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me here.
So, we know Coach Avery Peyton, but before you became Coach Avery Peyton, take us back to little Avery.
Taking you back to little Avery, I was raised in a kind of trying environment coming up. Common View Housing Project was also known as a dark city. So I had to actually learn a lot of lessons. I was taught a lot of lessons. I had both parents in the house at the time that taught me a lot. My dad was a preacher. I had 3 brothers. But, the environment that I was in, I had to really discipline myself to actually do the right thing because it was so easy to do the wrong thing with the things I was seeing. So going on into my early years in school, dealing with my friends that got in a little trouble, dealing with even my brothers that got in a little trouble, I had to focus in on doing the positive and doing the right thing to get out of that environment, and actually thinking that I did a really great job getting out of there. That don't make me a perfect person or a good person. I just feel like I did the right thing. That's what I tell a lot of young kids today that think that just because they have a single mom as a parent or they come up from a different environment, it's not where you actually started, it's where you finish. And my thing in life right now is to help the youth, young men, and talk to them, let them know that there is a chance to get out of that environment.
Right. So you said growing up in Dodge City.
Right.
What was life like?
Life was drugs, shooting, gangsters. That's what it was. That's what I seen. My role models coming up was guys with nice cars, nice clothes, the finer women. They the ones that actually, if you needed money, they the one would give you money. That's what you seen. So that's what you was around. Those are the people that you actually look up to. And that's what I seen on a regular basis, 24 hours. You could wake up and go to sleep, you see the same guys on the street corners, out working, hustling, doing what they do. So that's what I seen.
So you did sports. How did you keep your mind focused on your sports and recreational activities when the people that you looked up to could slide you a little money in your pocket or take you around the corner and, in their car and things like that? How did you stay focused?
It was real easy for me with sports because, in our day, you played all sports. It wasn't just one particular sport that you played. So a lot of times you was at practice a lot. So you get out, you go to school, you go to practice, you come home, you're really tired, you do your homework, you're really tired. So I basically stayed focused in on sports because I knew that was my way out. See, a lot of us think that, being on the street, you have to stay in the streets. My thing was being on the streets, I see what's happening on the street. I stayed doing what I love to do. My craft was to play ball, and play ball is what I did. So that helped me a lot, and it got me out seeing different places in the Nashville, Davidson County, or in the state of Tennessee, along just getting out playing sports.
Right. So, after the games, as a teenager, playing ball in the locker room, with your friends, did you all ever discuss some of the guys that you said you looked up to? Were there ever anyone on your team that fell to the wayside or was talking about quitting because, life wasn't so good at home?
Well, you can You know, when you talk about your friends in the locker room, your teammates, they like family. So you just about know who will get in some and who won't. But the realism of life is, you know, you won't try stuff. You know, you have guys on the team that play with you that after the game, someone want to go smoke weed or want to go drinking. You know, what do? You know that's not right. But me as a person, knowing that it wasn't right, that didn't mean I didn't try it. So it wasn't like that I just lived a perfect life that I didn't try to do some things that they did, which I tried weed. I don't smoke weed now. I had never smoked weed probably in 40 years. Drinking, I don't drink at all. But I tried all of that. So it's easy to get caught up in it's what you going to do when they gone. Is that something, when you by yourself, what do you think about? Do you think about you want to smoke weed, you want to get high, or do you want to prosper in life? And with me, yes, I decided, you know, I didn't like the taste of it anyway. You know, so why drink something and I don't like the taste of it? But that's easy. It's even when you get in college and high school, you're going to have guys on your team that's going to be doing the wrong thing. It's up to you as an individual to say no to it.
So you personally, how did you feel when your team and you're like family and some of your teammates that you're trying to get to the championship with go that other route? How do you deal with that or process that when you were younger?
It's real hurtful. You know, here's a guy that you know that can help you win a ball game, but at the end of the day, you're talking about his life now. Because, you know, most kids right now, they craft these sports. If you put them off their team for getting in trouble, they might quit school altogether. So it wasn't just that they was put off the basketball team. I hear some of the best athletes that I played with actually quit school because they couldn't play ball because of the decision that they made. They made the wrong decision. They got caught doing something wrong. So it's real hurtful, you know, knowing that, you know, they could have helped you not only in ball, but they could have prospered in life. It's some ball players out there that I feel like was better than I was, you know, that didn't get the opportunity to continue their career because they made the wrong decision.
One bad decision.
And that's all it takes.
So do you feel like you were favored? Or
Yeah,
the Lord's hand? Yeah.
In God's eye, I know I was favored. I say that all the time because a lot of decisions that I made, you know, from where I came from and the people I was hanging with, there's no way I did that on my own. I know this. I was in situations. I was in a car where one of my friends was shot and we was all upset and we was riding together. I tell this story to a lot of kids and we was riding looking for these guys. And for some reason, I said, man, let me out. I said, let me out. So the next day, I seen the guy and I said, y'all get him. They got him. But, you know, the consequence for that was, you know, I could have been accessory to that and got the same amount of time as the guys actually did it. So,
right.
You know, a lot of things I went through in my life that I seen that it wasn't me. So I feel very favored when it comes to that. So my decision.
So you grew up in the house with brothers. Did you all go down the same path? Are they into sports and, you know, go on?
We started off, all four of us started off in the sports. It was, you know, a talented group of Patton boys. You know, we all was pretty good in sports, but two went one direction and two went the other direction. You know, and I had brothers that actually did time in the penitentiary where, you know, it was some rough nights knowing that they in the penitentiary, but, you know, I knew they could hold their own, but it's nothing like, you know, knowing your brother is locked up, you know. But
right.
They had the same opportunity that I had. They chose another direction to go. We spoke on it way before it even happened. You know, you talk about that, you know, with your brothers. You know, you can't continue to do this all your life. You know, there's a consequence to everything you do. You know, but you know that was the way that they went, and that's what happened. And it didn't stop no love from me giving to them. Even when they went, you know, I was making sure their count was taken
Right.
care of. But
So do you think, you know, they're in prison and you're pursuing college or, you know, your degrees and your basketball career, did that subconsciously bother you in the back of your mind? Was it always something that was there kind of nagging you a little bit?
It bothered me to the standpoint that they were locked up. But for me personally, at my own, I knew what I had to do.
You think you went harder for them?
I went real hard for them. You know, after a while, you know, even when they were locked up, they was locked up after I got out of college. So I can just remember that, you know, I had real good support with my brothers. They was at all my games from middle school, to high school, to college. They was there because I went right down here to Tribeca off Murfreesboro Road. So they was at every game. It's just that, you know, when they was locked up, it bothered me. It really did.
So your parents, were your parents a great support system?
Very, you know, my mom, my dad, they was there. You know, I grew up in, like I said, in Common View housing, but it wasn't because I didn't have love for my parents. You know, at the time, the economic thing for them at that age wasn't as well off as it is now. So it wasn't like I didn't have good support. I had support, but my mom was the disciplinarian. She ran everything. My dad worked a lot, so I didn't really get to see him that much, you know, unless I got in trouble. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Do you think, when you look at your life, you think you made your mom proud?
Oh, very proud. Very proud. And she looked down on me right now. She died in '98 of cancer. So I know she's very proud of me.
Did you ever hear her tell you that?
Yeah, all the time.
How do that make you feel as a man, as a black man?
That make me feel really well as a black. It make me, as a father, when it come to my kids, I want them to know that I'm doing the best I can for them so they can say, you know, Dad is proud of me. You know, I have 3 girls, you know, one graduated from MTSU 2 years ago. I got a sophomore at TSU, and I have a freshman at MTSU, which now they juniors and seniors, but sophomores and juniors right now, the upcoming year. And I just want them to know that I'm doing all I can for them. So I want them to feel the same way that I feel about my parents.
Okay, so your dad, is he still living?
Yeah, he's still living. And my dad was a preacher, so, you know, he caught a lot of slack in preacher's kid, and, you know, everybody was expecting us to do the right thing. But, you know, back in them days when you know, they made you go to church.
Yes,
They
Lord.
wanted to go.
Right, thank you. We will continue our conversation with Mr. Peyton after these messages.
Choose Venue 109 for your next event. Our #1 priority is to fulfill our customers' vision, a virtual blank canvas. Venue 109 can be transformed to meet the requirements of your event. Whether you're having a corporate gathering, wedding, or birthday party, we also offer catering. Venue 109 is located in North Nashville, across from Rivergate Mall. Give us a call at 615-999-6528 or visit us at www.venue109.com.
We live in a world where no one wants to be a loser. But what happens when losing means winning? What are we referring to, you ask? We are talking about inches. Yes, losing inches and shaping your body. The Stepping Out Transformation Project of 2014 is being led by the talk show host and author Dee Lachey and Miss Monica McLaurin. We invite you to join our team as we get healthy and shed off inches off our waist, our hips, arms, and every area that fat likes to tuck in and take up residence. It's time to file an eviction notice on the unhealthy areas of your life and build a new, healthier you. Are you ready? You can do it. Start making the transformation today by liking us on Facebook, visiting our website, and emailing us pictures at steppingouttalkshow@gmail.com. We are stepping out in 2014 to be healthier because we know that as we lose weight, we are winners.
My name is Vince Dixie, and I work with Bail You Out Bonding. When you're in jail and you need someone to listen to your story, we are the caring and compassionate bondsmen that you can trust. Here at Bail You Out, we do nationwide bonding. We have late night, overnight bond because we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We accept major credit cards and cash, and we're here to serve the public. Here at Bail You Out, C-Wiz, Mayhew, and Vince are here to bail you out.
The Venom were proud to bring indoor football back to Nashville, but that's not all. The Venom also brought the championship to town. Join the Venom as they try to make it back-to-back championships in 2015. Season tickets on sale at 615-223-1272.
Welcome back to Stepping Out. We're continuing our conversation with Coach Avery Peck. So, Coach Patton, what do you think is needed, or what do you think it takes to reach a child who may be in trouble?
It's the child have to really believe in you, and believe what you're saying is real. That's how you actually catch a child. If you went through something, they know what you've been through. They know your background. They know you're just not reading nothing from a piece of paper. They know it's coming from the heart. That's what we talk. That's what the group that I have, that I'm the founder of, called The Dirty does. And that's what we do. We go out and we talk to kids about mistakes that they made. We have 40 guys in our organization, which I say about 2/3 of them did prison time. So when we go to these schools and when we go to having these teen summers, we don't have nothing to script. We tell them, this is what happened. This is the consequences for what you do. And if they believe in what you're saying and they telling you, this is what I had to go through. This is what I've been through. Y'all are going down this road. They'll feel you more. The kids will actually feel you more. So it's easy for the kids. Once they believe in you, you got them.
So it's more so opening yourself up. And
opening yourself up and being just straight trustworthy to them. If, like I said, the trust part, when you deal with any kids, your kids or anyone, if they trust you and they can talk to you about anything, that's a good thing. That's the number one thing we try to get with them. If they trust us and believe in what we're saying, it's going to be between me and you.
Right.
They'll believe and tell you everything.
I think that's awesome, because typically in the Black community, you don't talk about things that happen in your life or that you're going through. And then for Black men to open themselves up and talk about, these are the things that I've experienced or things that I've gone through. I think that's an awesome organization that you have. But what is your mission for the kids and the children that you work with?
To be all you can be. Don't just stop. We always say this. Just because that's where you're from don't mean that's where you're going to stay. Right. That's one of our main topics we always say. Be as good as you want to be. Do what it is you want to do. Don't say what you can't be. And that's our goal. We motivate to tell them that they can be something and they will be somebody. Every environment is different, though. You know what I'm saying? You have to come harder in some environments than others. But we go an hour a day. We're at a school twice a week. We take our lunch break to go to a different school twice a week for the entire year. And what we do is, the council say we have kids that's having bad days, or kids that's supposed to be quote unquote bad kids. It's no bad kid. It's just you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they didn't have nothing to eat that night. Why they acting up? Right. We tell teachers all the time, don't suspend them. You got to have a kid that's 14 years old that may have 3 siblings, all of them younger than him. He or she got to get them kids ready to school and then get herself ready to school. So when she come to school, he or she may be having hungry or tired, so they lash out, they vent out. So the teachers and administrators have to know that. We know this. So they have enough confidence in us, the schools that we go to. If it's something going on with a kid, they believe us, because we not only go to the school, we go to their homes as well.
Right. So with you coaching and having your organization, after the game is over and the lights are out, you and your athletes are in the locker room, do you have those moments with a teenage boy where he talks about what he's going through at home? How do you transform from coach to, their fatherly role?
And that's real easy for me, because I grew up in that scenario, that situation. It's like you turning from coach to father to I had to come home to an MTA bus driver. All that to a counselor, all that's what a coach is to me. Right. Because when a kid come to me crying out saying, this is what's going on in my home, I have to tell him what I think is best for him, as well as try to go speak to the parents and see what's going on. Because my whole thought process is the child. If I can help any kind of way, that's what I do. I make sure they, we spend $2,500, $3,000 a year just on outfits for the school attire. They may not have something. They might be embarrassed about something. So you don't never know what the kids have on their mind. But after just talking to them after a game or feeling their pain, it's real easy for me to communicate with them. And I do whatever it is I need to do for them.
Right. Have you ever, personally, had a moment where you feel like you failed a child?
No, I haven't. Once I latch on to you, I latch on to you. If you know, my players will tell you right now, you know, they love some Coach Avery. You know, and you know, and I'm hard on them now.
Right.
You know, my language is a little different
Right,
than I am
I
right
know.
now. You know, so but I can
Not
get
TV approach.
Yeah, I you know, I can give a little criticism. I give some tough love, but they know what I'm telling them is what's real. You know, I'm not getting on you for nothing. You know, so if a teacher called and said you're not in class, I'm gonna get on you. So you already saying, oh man, I don't Coach P. I'm sorry. They already coming to me with this because when I get to practice, after I leave work, you know, and I get to practice, Coach say, hey, such in trouble. So when I'm walking in there, they already on the defensive, you know,
Right.
with me. So
Out of the years of coaching and doing community work, have you ever had a situation where you were just troubled by that situation, where it really just affected you deeply?
you know, yes, and on a number of different occasions, you know, it bothered. I had a kid where, you know, they was evicted. You know, they was put out, and by him opening up to me, you know, why I'm gonna stay, what I'm supposed to do. You know, I had a kid actually stay with me for months, got in some trouble. He's a preacher now, but stayed in trouble all the time. Got into the drug game, and but he never forgot Coach P. So I ended up letting him stay with me to get him out of a little trouble, and he's doing real well now. So you know, it'll get to you now. Once, you know, that's the only thing about coaching and being a teacher is sometimes you have your special ones, you know, that you latch on to, but then you just have some that you just coach. But when they have a problem, they believe in you so much they come to you. So it's rough.
So do you have to pull yourself back sometimes because your heart is so?
You can't never pull back. Me, I never pull back. I stay with them till they decide that they ready. They ready to move on, or they ready to go, or we have some kind of compromise among the parent and myself. That's just me.
So sometimes you have to counsel parents.
I'd rather counsel parents than the child.
Why is that?
Because the child, you gotta know the environment of what you're going through first. You know what I mean? Once you see what a child live at or what they're going through, what their parent, you know, you don't want to knock the parent, but once you see how they living and what they're going through, there's no way you're gonna let the child go.
Right. So, what's next for Avery Peyton?
What's next? You know, I'm like a walking ghost. I never know what's gonna happen.
Ghost
my
walk?
Schedule,
I thought they fly.
My schedule changed so much that, you know, I never know where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna do, because I get calls to do so much. But I know one thing that I never do is I never turn my back on these kids. That's just something it's just in my heart to do.
Right. So, your ultimate goal, are you there at your ultimate goal or mission? Or is it something greater?
It's always something greater. Right now, I just don't know what it is. But, you know, when it comes to me, you know, I know. You know, I always say, you know, like I say with Favor, I never know. I couldn't understand some of the decisions I was making. And it's just right now, if it's something bigger out there for me, I may not know right now, but I know the man upstairs will guide me in that direction. And once he put me in it, I know that's that goal.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We will be right back with Stepping Out after these messages.
My name is Vince Dixie, and I work with Bail You Out Bonding. When you're in jail and you need someone to listen to your story, we are the caring and compassionate bondsmen that you can trust. Here at Bail You Out, we do nationwide bonding. We have late night, overnight bonds because we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We accept major credit cards and cash, and we're here to serve the public. Here at Bail You Out, C-Wiz, Mayhew, and Vince are here to bail you out.
Choose Venue 109 for your next event. Our number one priority is to fulfill our customers' vision, a virtual blank canvas. Venue 109 can be transformed to meet the requirements of your event, whether you're having a corporate gathering, wedding, or birthday party. We also offer catering. Venue 109 is located in North Nashville, across from Rivergate Mall. Give us a call at 615-999-6528 or visit us at www.venue109.com.
Partygoers Catering, a taste you can't forget for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We provide exquisite entrees, hors d'oeuvres, and desserts, beautifully designed to make your event successful and unforgettable. We'll handle the details and add a touch of elegance to your next wedding, corporate event, graduation, or special occasion. Our wide selection of menu choices will leave you wanting for nothing. Partygoers Catering. We travel. Call us today at 615-419-1879 or visit partygoerscatering.com.
We live in a world where no one wants to be a loser. But what happens when losing means winning? What are we referring to, you ask? We are talking about inches. Yes, losing inches and shaping your body. The Stepping Out Transformation Project of 2014 is being led by the talk show host and author Dee Lachey and Miss Monica McLaurin. We invite you to join our team as we get healthy and shed off inches off our waist, our hips, arms, and every area that fat likes to tuck in and take up residence. It's time to file an eviction notice on the unhealthy areas of your life and build a new, healthier you. Are you ready? You can do it. Start making the transformation today by liking us on Facebook, visiting our website, and emailing us pictures at steppingouttalkshow@gmail.com. We are stepping out in 2014 to be healthier because we know that as we lose weight, we are winners.
The Venom were proud to bring indoor football back to Nashville, but that's not all. The Venom also brought the championship to town. Join the Venom as they try to make it back-to-back championships in 2015. Season tickets on sale at 615-223-1272.
We would like to thank Coach Avery Peyton for sharing his story with us today, and also for all the work you and your organization do in the community. I wish you well on all your future endeavors, as well as the community activities. Until next time, I'm Dee Lachey, and this is Stepping Out.